Hi, my name is Jenny and you found my channel called Senior Perspective. I'm glad you're here. Take this time to hit the subscribe and like button before we even begin. Okay, great. Now let's go on. Today we're going to talk about the secret arrangement between Kody and Robyn. Hey, you're going to see me in some different clothes during this recording because I started doing the editing and realized I need to add some continuity and a few more lines to it. So don't be surprised if it looks like I'm jumping away and changing my clothes and coming back. So let's go back and review. We now know that Kody said to Robyn prior to their marriage that if he ever fell out of love with her, he would be sure to tell her. It was a sacred covenant that she made him promise her. Odd. Weird, right? Now, Christine is talking about these sacred arrangements and the sacred covenant that Kody made with Robyn. She starts off by saying when she first found out about it is one day when randomly Kody came up to her and said, "Hey, listen, if you ever want to leave this relationship, you can go. I don't want there to be a fight or anything, so you can just go." And the timing of it was terrible because their relationship wasn't in a good place at the time. And she thought, so you're basically just telling me to leave because things are not good right now. Like, I would think this is the time we would come together and fight for it. But you're saying just go. So Christine was very hurt by him coming and saying that. She took it as a personal insult that he was saying, our marriage, not worth fighting for.
And then this was the part I thought was most interesting when he says to her, he's getting annoyed with Robyn, and Kody goes, we made a commitment to each other where you said, where Robyn said to Kody, let me know when you stop loving me. Now, as a woman who's been married for 23 years, and I certainly don't have a perfect marriage, but I certainly didn't enter the marriage saying, let me know when you're tired of this. Because I went in with the confidence of knowing, like, we're in love, and why would you ever stop loving the greatest woman that's walked on earth, right?
Yeah, girl.
So it's like, I think that's really weird that she had ever said that to him. And that tells me that she entered this covenant or whatever feeling insecure, whether that's a polygamous move or not. It wasn't a normal thing that I think people say when they're entering a marriage. Let me know I'm tired of this.
If you think your marriage might not last before you even go into a marital covenant, this is a sign you should not get married. If you have suspicions that your significant other might be moving on before the end of your life together, everybody goes into a marriage relationship intending for this to be for life. So if you have an inkling that they're planning on moving on and they tell you that ahead of time, hit the road, Jack. You can find somebody better. This was a bizarre covenant.
This is the agreement you required of me in order to get married. This agreement that I gave you, our sacred covenant, was if I'm ever not in love with you, I won't just sit there and be in a pathetic place with you. You made me promise you that.
Like, was he already complaining to her pre-marriage about his relationship with, like, you or Janelle or Christine? And
bingo.
And that was like, and Robyn's like, well, if this happens with us, like, promise me you won't just...
Oh my gosh, are you serious? I've never...
I never thought of it like that.
Ever?
How? How is that possible?
Kody, before he even married her, was already talking about the other wives, even though he insisted that when he's in the bed with one wife, they don't at all talk about the other wives. When he's in one wife's house, they don't talk about the other wives at all. Each relationship is independent. He was already talking about the other wives and dissing them. Great guy, right? Great guy. If he wasn't doing that, then the whole situation is just bizarre, and it makes no sense.
That's a really weird thing to promise. When you go into a relationship, that's really weird. I don't think he's telling the whole thing. I mean, maybe he is. Maybe their relationship is that superficial.
Robyn and I made an agreement that if we weren't in love, that we wouldn't drag each other out, that we would free each other.
I had no idea that conversation took place until I watched that too. Yeah. I was like, oh, because I remember back in Vegas, I remember exactly where I was because it shocked me so bad. We were standing in my bathroom. We had these huge bathrooms in Vegas. It was beautiful. He was standing in the closet and he goes, I want you to know if you ever want to leave, I don't want it to be a fight. I don't want us to fight. I want you to be able to leave peacefully. And at that point, our marriage was pretty rocky. So I was furious. And I'm like, so we're not worth fighting for. You wouldn't want to be like, girl, we can make this work. Nothing like that. You would just be like, go, you can go ahead and leave. You can leave anytime. If you want to leave, I'll make it peaceful for you. And no, I got furious at him. I was so mad. Why would you say that? We're already struggling. Why wouldn't you say you would want to hold on to this and we're worth fighting for? No, I was furious.
So let's go back to our one-on-one interviews that we had at the end of the season. Cody said that he did offer this same option to the rest of his wives.
I only base that off of that scene where he said to her,
If we ever fall out of love.
if I ever fall out of love with you, don't string me along, or whatever his words were.
Did he ever say that to you?
No. Because the question was, well, this isn't fair. Why are you doing this with Robyn? He's like, well, after I decided to do this with Robyn, I did go back and offer it to my other wives too.
Did you make that same covenant to Mary?
No, the agreement I think was just, I remember after Robyn and I had that agreement, then I went to the other wives and said, I have this agreement with Robyn.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They even got frustrated by anybody who wants to leave, you're free to go. And that even made Mary mad.
But he didn't give the whole story. He didn't share with them, listen, when I'm getting remarried, I am going to have this covenant with Robyn, and it's only fair that I have it with all my wives. And it wasn't the full covenant. He only gave half of it. He only said, if you want to leave, you can leave. Didn't talk about the covenant, didn't talk about his other marriage. He just said, hey, I just want you to know, if this ever isn't working for you, you can go and I'm not going to fight you on it. During a time when their marriages were rocky, how do you think that made them feel? They had no frame of reference to know this is what was happening with him and Robyn. So all it did was make a bad relationship worse because now, according to Christine, she's like, well, what do you mean? But things aren't great right now with us. You want me to just cut and run? You don't want to work on this. Is that what you're saying? When he presented this whole idea to Christine with no reference whatsoever, she just felt blindsided and hurt. Wouldn't you? So she didn't realize at that time that Cody had the specific arrangement. I think they were surprised by it at the picnic table. But Christine goes on to say, in general, it wasn't as big a surprise because Cody and Robyn had a lot of these secret arrangements and agreements where they would trade off, and I do this and you do that, and I do this and you do that. And she said that it's not something any of the rest of them did, but Cody and Robyn did.
The conversations, all of the agreements, they made agreements. That became a word that was used a lot when Robyn started coming into the family. It was the word agreements. They made agreements, like he would promise to do this if she did this and promise to do this. And it was really a lot of negotiations that they had. And that must have been one of their negotiations.
So when Christine found out he actually had this arrangement and agreement, sacred covenant, if you will, with Robyn, that if he ever fell out of love with her, he would be the first to let her know, she thought, well,
What do you mean?
are you going to throw us a bone? I mean, you said we should go if we're not happy, but like you never said that if you fell out of love, you would let us know. And he didn't. Christine says.
And I'm like, well, once you stopped being in love with me, I would have loved to have been let go. You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Could you have let me know? I mean, really? Do me a solid.
I think that's so interesting that he said that, because you're right. If somebody's in a marriage where they say to the other person, hey, if you want to go, like, I'll be cool. I know it's probably because they really aren't really in love. Because they're like, could you please be the one and then we can be cool together? Because I know if I try to leave, you're going to make my life living hell. So I'm letting you. Yeah, so I'm like, that's where you're like, what?
Christine did not know when they first got married that he was not in love with her. She felt like he definitely grew to love her. Well, actually, she thought he was in love with her the whole time, but she said their love grew more and more through the years until Robyn came. So we now know that this promise between he and Robyn that nobody else knew about happened at the second marriage, not the first one that everyone attended, that was the real one and the spiritual covenant. Apparently, when they got married again, and according to Cody, this is just pushing papers. It's meaningless. Mary, I don't even want you to come. I don't want to give this any weight or significance.
It's angering me a little bit. The energy of the word divorce. Understand that it's just procedural. It's something that we're doing as a procedure. There's nothing here but procedural in my mind.
We could have somebody just come over to our house because I know somebody who knows somebody. I actually know somebody who knows a little person, Elvis, that could come and do it. Legally, this person could do it.
Yeah, no.
It would be legal. That's all you need.
I want it to be a paperwork shuffle. I want it to be legal documents.
She's actually feeling good about the idea of being there. Just thinking about it, and how we've just kind of gone into this more as a team, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's easier to think of it that way.
Vulnerable.
Just in a place, my thoughts go to some interesting places based on our last discussion. And I'm sitting here thinking,
our last discussion outside, you were thinking more to have me there as like a witness, like Robyn was there with us.
Right.
You remember that? Shoot.
But I have another thought.
Three's a crowd.
I'm almost thinking that because it's just a formality, it's something that you and I just go and do. Get it done. I'm sorry. No pomp, no circumstance, no nothing. Just get it done. Nobody even knows when it happened. I think we just give no attention to it whatsoever. It's a paperwork process.
I want to be there. I want to be involved. I want to be part of the team. I want to feel like that they want me as part of the team. Now that Cody's feeling that I shouldn't be there, it's disappointing to me.
This is how I feel.
I just feel like this situation really involves Robyn and Cody and I very closely. This legal divorce and legal marriage, this paperwork shuffle that we're doing, I think that really involves me and Kody and Robyn.
Sorry, ladies. I just got to share with you where I'm at and what I'm definitely thinking.
Oh, it had weight and significance. And we knew that because the two of them were like two teenagers eloping at the courthouse. They were so giddy and excited.
Robyn and I are getting married today.
Why are you so dressed up?
And we're meeting here at a park because we're trying to keep it sort of private. Nobody knows where we're at, and I think Robyn's been shopping, and nobody knows what we're doing, and nobody is going to know the date. And later on sometime, we'll kind of inform them informally that, hey, we've got this done, so now the paperwork's already being done.
Another dirty secret.
I feel like I'm flying over this, and I'm not honoring it the way I need to.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
We're kind of like eloping.
I knew you were lying. I knew it.
To me, it's like a business meeting or something. They're just going, they're going to do the paperwork. It's not meant to be a celebration. It's not meant to be anything
You're probably
special.
Right.
Because Because I mean, I know that Kody and Robyn have been very adamant from the beginning that it wouldn't be a recognized date.
I didn't really think you'd stand me up, but I was like, what's taking her so long? Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I feel kind of strange.
So, it's all good.
All right.
It's for the kids.
All right, let's go in.
All right.
Get a room.
There is part of me that feels just a little bit of rejection, although I know that it's not a rejection, it's a protection.
Oh.
And now we know for a fact that it was more significant to the two of them than just pushing papers around. And it's why he wanted it to be just the two of them, because they provided each other sacred covenants as part of their ceremony. Oh, he's just the worst. But if he at any point felt like, I don't love you anymore, he never gave her the courtesy of telling her that. But he made a sacred covenant to Robyn that if he ever was in that situation with her, he would be sure to let her know right away. But she's not a preferred wife. She's not any more special than the rest. He loves them all the same. Yeah. That's all we have for today. And tomorrow, we have the final section from this podcast. And I have to say, it's an answer from Christine that surprised me and still confuses me. So we'll talk about it next time I do my next video. All right, take care. See you then. Have a great day.
Like, subscribe, bye!